The context was he saw me at 2 in the morning, watching me do stats
Right.
for like my 3rd hour on a work night. And it was like, damn, I wish a girl loved me as much as you love volleyball.
Love me.
I told him,
Love me.
how can you want a girl to love you as much as I love volleyball when you don't love anything as much as I love volleyball?
Love me.
I was more passionate about volleyball than he is in his whole life.
Love me.
Love you.
Oh, baby. Love me.
I'm gonna start over. Yeah. Hi, my name is Enzo Grimo. I'm 21 years old from San Diego, California. I started playing volleyball my junior of high school. I was about 17 years old. It was during COVID. I've been playing ever since then. When I applied to Northeastern, I knew right off the bat that I wanted to join any sort of volleyball team. So I began looking for a club team or some sort of intramural team that I could join. So I reached out to find when tryouts were. After day one, I think I came back and I was pretty nervous. I remember like texting my parents like, oh, I don't know if I made it, like the nerves were kicking, but I was fortunate enough to make a spot on the team. And that was pretty relieving because I knew that after I joined a team, I'd be part of a community, I'd be part of a team, and I'd be able to, fill in a lot of time in my college life. We had the old former presidents quit, and then no one else really wanted to step in that spot. As someone who was really passionate about the team at the time, I took it upon myself to lead the team that next year. Being a president was a little overwhelming at first, especially as not as the best guy on the team, but it was my job to kind of unite the team. On top of all my other duties, I had to take on the responsibilities of forming practice, running practice, holding my teammates accountable. I feel like a lot of the weight was on my shoulders for our performance in the year because a lot of our training that we went through was ultimately defined by whatever I thought was best fit. Starting lineup, punishments, whatever goes into that sort of, third-party external point of view that a coach brings was put upon myself. I dealt with a lot of issues as president, mostly coming with that multi-function, I'm a teammate, so I want to be supportive of them, but I'm a coach, so I have to be critical. I found myself dealing with teammates that weren't putting in enough effort or as much effort as I'd like. So there were times where I wish I had a coach that could say that for me because, at the end of the day, we are all friends, we're all teammates that showed up to play on this club team for fun and to meet a bunch of guys. And we go on retreats and we hang out on the weekends, and there are just like friendships that we built for college, but there are tough times balancing that friendships versus being teammates. On the court especially, volleyball is a really community-driven sport. I hear jokes about it all the time, but half the job is high-fiving your teammates. After a good point, after a bad point, we all come in, we huddle, high-five each other, move on to the next one, reassure each other that, we got the next ball. It's pretty supportive. It's very fun to be there with your teammates. I think it's just a blast because of that. If I didn't make the volleyball team my freshman year, I don't know what I would have done. I would have rethought my whole life probably. I had a lot of nerves going into that freshman year tryouts because I knew how much volleyball meant to me. So if I hadn't made it that semester, I probably would have pushed for the next one after that and kept trying until I could make it. But I think the biggest thing I would have missed out on was making that first connection, that first group of guys that I met there. Those friendships will probably last hopefully my whole life. If I didn't make the team that year, I think I would have had a pretty rough first semester. I'm really passionate about volleyball because I was hooked in getting better, and I love the feeling of like, oh, I played better than I did last week, or like this past month has been so much better than the one before. And then kind of having that end goal in mind of just chasing it was thrilling. On top of that, I was in a team sport, so not only was I getting better, but my obsession helps the people around me because they also want to get better. So I just kind of fell in love with improving. And even now, feel like I wish I had more time just to play longer. I wish I started younger, but this will ultimately be the last year of formal organized volleyball that I'll get. So I guess knowing that to be my end line or the end of my timeline playing volleyball, I want to do everything I could to get better. So I put in time in the gym, I put time researching, watching, playing. Everything was just for the grind, and I loved it.